I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you test paper of my student Raneem, and I hope the solution of this question will help all my subscribers. The question from the test paper is here, question number 3. I hope you can see it. It says, Amar baked a cake. John ate 1/6 of the cake. Susan ate 1/5 of what was left. Jan ate 1/4 of what was left after that. Cindy ate 1/3 of what was left after that. Luigi ate 1/2 of what was left after that. How much of the original cake was left? Show your process. Now this is indeed a very complicated question. Here is a copy of the same. So let us try to see how to solve such a question. So our approach here is to put all this information in the form of a table. So let's make a table here, right? So in this table, we'll put columns with names of the persons, how much they ate, and how much was left, okay? So here we have 3 different columns. Let's write down the names in the leftmost column and how much they ate and what was left. So we are saying left from the whole, right? Starting point. Okay. So let's begin with the very first statement, which says Amar baked a cake. So we're talking about Amar, who really baked a cake. So he didn't eat anything, and so that means 1 whole is there. Okay. Then John ate 1/6 of the cake. So John ate 1/6 of 1, right? So 1/6 of 1, which is 1/6. Is it okay? Now what is left? From 1, John ate 1/6. So the amount left is 1 minus 1/6, correct? So that is 5/6, right? So it is 5/6. You could think 1 as equal to, let me write down here 6/6, right? So to make simpler calculation, 6/6. So we can think 6/6 minus 1/6 is 5/6, right? So 5/6 is left. Let's move on. Susan ate 1/5 of what was left. So here it is. Susan ate 1/5 of what was left. So we ate 1/5 of means times. Left is 5/6, right? 5/6. So 1/5 of 5/6 is, you can see here that 5 and 5 cancel out, correct? So it is 1/6 again, right? So this is a very interesting question, 1/6. So Susan also ate 1/6 from what was left. So now what is left? It is 5/6 minus 1/6, right? So 5 minus 1 is 4. So we'll write 4/6. I'm not going to simplify this because we need remainder 6. I mean denominator 6 to do addition and subtraction, okay? Let's move on. So we are taking care of Susan. Chan ate 1/4 of what was left. So Chan ate 1/4 of 4/6. That is what was left, right? And that gives us 4 and 4 cancels, 1/6 again, right? Now Chan ate 1/6 of what was left. Now what is left? 4/6 take away 1/6, and that is 3/6, correct? 4 minus 1 with same denominator 6. Now we've taken care of Chan. Let's look into the next statement. Cindy ate 1/3 of what was left after that. So Cindy ate 1/3 of 3/6. Okay, 3/6. And 3 and 3 cancels. We are left with 1/6. Very interesting, right? Now Cindy ate 1/6 of what was left. Now what is left? It is 3/6 minus 1/6. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we get 2/6, right? Then Luki ate half of what was left. So the last person here, Luki ate half of 2/6, right? 2/6. 2 and 2 cancels. We are left with 1/6, right? Now again, what is left? 2/6 minus 1/6 is left, and that is 1/6. Do you see? Now it says how much of the original cake was left, right? So you have your answer right there, and as we can see here, our answer is 1/6 of the cake is left, right? Do you see that? So that is what is left. So that is how you can actually solve such a question. Now there was a lot of complications here thinking like this. What we can also do is think in kind of numbers. So let us look into these numbers. So here is an alternate method. Let me write down that. Now this method uses a strategy. We have denominators like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 is the denominator. Let us find a common denominator. So one common denominator could be, it could be 60, for example, right? So 60 could be a common denominator. Let me take an even bigger number, okay? So let us take a number like 120. So let us say that Amar baked a cake, and that cake has 120 pieces, 120 pieces, okay? You could break down to 60 pieces. Do this exercise again. I will do with 120 pieces, okay? So let's say the cake has 120 equal pieces. Reason is that this is common multiple of these denominators, right? And then we'll again create this chart here, right? So we'll continue and we'll see each person ate how much, right? And what is left, okay? So we'll again build on the same concept, right? So we'll have name here, ate how much and left how much, okay? This will be simpler. So we started with Amar, right? So Amar created a cake, ate nothing, but cut it into 120 pieces. As far as John is concerned, John ate 1/6 of 120. So 1/6 of 120. Since Amar created 120 pieces out of that cake, so 1/6 of 120 is equal to, you can divide this, and this number is 20, right? Now what is left? 120 minus 20, that is 100 pieces are left. Then Susan ate 1/5, right? 1/5 of 100, so we'll multiply by 100, and that gives you also 20. Now what is left is 100 minus 20, and that is 80. Next person, Chan, ate 1/4 of 80, right? 1/4, Chan ate 1/4 of what was left, and that is again 20. And if you take away 20 from 80, 60 is left. Is that okay? Then Cindy ate 1/3 of what was left, which is 60, and 1/3 of 60 is 20. So if you take away 20 from 60, you are left with 40 pieces. And Luki ate half of what was left, which is 40, and that is indeed 20. So 40 minus 20 is also is 20, right? So finally we find that 20 pieces are left. Now the question is, how much of the original cake was left? So original, we had 120 pieces, right? So fraction left is how much? Is 20 divided by 120, and that is, when you divide, you get 1/6. So 1/6 cake left. Is that okay? Right? So you get the same answer with a value. So at times, if you find this kind of calculation difficult, you could use numbers as I've shown here and get to the result. So since the question is show your process, right? Show your process. Now there is no right or wrong method here. Either one of these processes are good enough, right? But it's kind of important for you to understand so that there are many ways of solving a question. And I hope this video helps you to understand that concept. I'm Anil Kumar. You can subscribe and share my videos to learn a lot. Thank you and all the best.